buzzing right now.
It is.
So many new things happening.
Yeah, tons.
It seems like all the big names are making headlines.
It really does.
OpenAI,
It really does.
OpenAI, Apple, Google, Samsung.
Oh, yeah. And Anchor, too.
Yeah, but maybe not for the best reasons, though.
Right.
Are you ready to take a deep dive with me into all this news?
Absolutely. Let's see what's happening out there in tech.
Okay, so first off, AI is just everywhere.
It seems that way.
OpenAI is just dominating the news cycle.
They are.
They just released a new tool
Oh, yeah.
called Reinforcement Fine-Tuning.
I've heard of that.
It's a big deal for scientists
How
who
so?
work with their AI models.
Oh, cool.
So think of it as like a better way to train these AI models
Gotcha.
for specific tasks.
That's great for scientists.
Yeah, especially scientists.
Yeah.
And if that wasn't enough, OpenAI is also in the middle of this 12 Days of OpenAI thing.
I saw that.
We've already seen some updates to ChatGPT
Uh-huh.
and their text-to-video system, Sora. And there are hints of something mysterious called O1. What could that be?
Right.
I'm dying to know.
Me too.
But Google's not just sitting around while OpenAI makes all these moves.
Oh, yeah.
They're experimenting with a new AI mode for Google searches.
What would that be like?
Imagine like having a conversation with your search engine.
Wow.
Like you can ask it follow-up questions
Yeah.
and get personal responses.
So it'd be like having a personal research assistant.
Exactly.
That's amazing, but also makes you think about the future of search engines.
In what way?
Will we become even more reliant on Google?
Oh, interesting.
And then there's the potential for, like, creating filter bubbles.
Where you're only seeing information that you already agree with.
Exactly.
That's a really good point.
Thanks.
So it's definitely something to think about as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
Absolutely.
And, you know, speaking of AI,
Yeah.
have you heard about this Anchor situation?
You mean the recall of 80,000 of their Soundcore Motion Boom Bluetooth speakers?
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
it is.
There's a fire risk.
Yeah, they can overheat and catch fire.
Yikes.
So if you have one of these speakers at home, make sure to check the model number.
Good advice.
Better safe than sorry.
Definitely.
This kind of leads us into another big topic this week.
So what's that?
Cybersecurity.
Ah,
Cyber attacks seem to be happening more and more these days.
it seems that way.
Like we saw that Tuta got hit with multiple DDoS attacks.
Tuta.
Yeah, it's a secure messaging platform.
Oh, okay.
DDoS attacks are where they basically flood a server with traffic,
Oh, right.
and then real users can't get on.
That's awful.
And it's not just companies getting targeted.
Oh.
There are reports that U.S. critical infrastructure is being attacked by some new group of hackers.
Oh, no.
And then remember what happened with the elections in Romania?
They had to cancel them.
Yeah, because over 85,000 cyber attacks.
That's wild.
It just shows how vulnerable our digital world is.
It really does.
And it raises some big questions
What?
about how we can protect ourselves from these kinds of threats.
For sure.
It's definitely something to be paying attention to.
It is.
But let's switch gears a bit
To what?
and talk about some of the new gadgets and tech coming out.
Sounds fun.
Like Raspberry Pi just released a tiny new microcontroller board
Oh, cool.
called the Pico 2W.
Okay.
The best part, it only costs $7.
Wow.
And it has wireless capability.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what people create with this.
Neither.
And speaking of amazing tech,
Yeah.
Dynabook launched a new 2-in-1 laptop.
I saw that.
It weighs less than 1 kilogram.
Wow.
They're really focusing on security and portability.
Makes sense.
Sounds like the perfect device for people who are always on the go.
Yeah, for sure.
So what really stands out to you so far?
Well, first off, just the amount of news that has come out these past few days.
It's a lot. And then I'm also really intrigued by all the AI developments.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
It feels like we're on the edge of some big changes.
It does.
But like we said, there's some ethical things we need to figure out.
Right.
It's an exciting but also challenging time to be following tech.
It is.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor, TechViews 10X.
Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends.
Let us know in the comments what surprised you the most so far.
We love hearing your thoughts. Welcome back
We're back.
to our deep dive into the latest tech news.
It's been a wild ride so far, right?
It has.
And we're not even done yet.
Nope.
We were just talking about new gadgets.
Uh-huh.
And I have to say,
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about all the rumors about the Samsung Galaxy S25.
Ah, yes, the next Galaxy phone.
People are always excited about the new Galaxy.
What have you heard?
Well, there's talk of a new chipset
Okay.
that could really boost the performance,
Cool.
and that everyone's trying to guess the release date. Some people are even saying it could come out earlier than expected.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Maybe.
we'll have to see.
Samsung loves to keep us guessing.
They do.
And speaking of things we're looking forward to,
Yeah.
it looks like there might be a new DJI Mavic 4 Pro drone coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah, drone fans are going to be excited about that.
What do you think they'll add to this one?
I don't know. But DJI always pushes the boundaries.
They do.
Okay, let's switch over to software.
Sounds good.
There are some big updates coming out
Oh, yeah?
that could change how we use our devices.
Like what?
Well, for Windows 11 users,
Okay.
there's a major security upgrade
What for?
to fight this nasty piece of malware called More Eggs.
Oh, wow.
And they're also making the webcam settings easier. I know, right?
That's great.
It's a small change, but it'll make a big difference for a lot of people.
It will.
And speaking of small changes that make a big difference,
Yeah.
Google Photos is launching a new feature.
What's it called?
It's called Recap. What does it do?
It's like Spotify Wrapped.
For your pictures.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a fun way to look back at all your photos from the year.
I love those year in review things.
Me too.
Okay. What
Notice
else?
Google's not the only one with news.
Oh.
Apple is taking over a popular password manager plugin.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. But they're not saying which one yet.
That's interesting.
It could really change things in the password management world.
Depending on which plugin it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's big news.
And get this.
What?
Mercedes developed this new technology.
What is it?
It's called Pixel Paint.
Okay.
And it's basically an inkjet printer.
For cars?
Yeah, for cars.
That's crazy.
I know.
Imagine the kind of designs you could put on your car.
It would be amazing.
You can make your car look like anything you want.
And then for all the gamers out there,
Yeah.
the creators of PUBG are working on 3 new games.
Wow. 3.
Yeah, one of them is even an open world survival game.
Cool.
It seems like they're really branching out.
They are.
And then Sonos.
The speaker company.
Yeah,
What about them?
they're looking into doing ad-supported software
For what?
for smart TVs.
That's an interesting move.
I wonder if that's going to be the future of streaming.
Maybe.
We might start seeing more companies offering free versions with ads.
Could be.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
But there's one more company we haven't talked about yet.
Who's that?
Broadcom.
What's going on with them?
They're making some changes at VMware
Why?
to try and stop people from leaving.
Oh, right. VMware's a big company.
Yeah, they do virtualization.
So these changes could affect a lot of people.
Yeah, they could.
It sounds like Broadcom is trying to listen to their customers.
It makes sense in today's world.
Yeah. Companies can't just sit back and relax.
They have to keep changing and adapting.
Exactly.
And speaking of adapting,
Yeah.
businesses are having to deal with the Windows 10 shutdown.
Oh, right. It's coming to an end.
Yes, support is ending.
So companies will have to upgrade to Windows 11.
Or find another solution.
That's a good reminder that tech is always changing.
It is.
We have to keep learning and adapting.
We do. But you know what else happened? Transport for London got hit with a cyber attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it cost them £30 million to recover.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
It just shows how important cybersecurity is.
It does.
Oh.
Okay, but let's end on a happier note.
Okay.
There's a new trailer out for this show, On Call.
What's that?
It's a police drama on Prime Video.
Oh, cool.
That looks pretty good.
I'll have to check it out.
Okay, well, that's it for this segment.
Wow, that was a lot of news.
It was.
We'll be right back with more tech news and some final thoughts.
But first, tell us in the comments what stood out to you this week.
What are you most excited about?
What are you worried about?
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
We love hearing from you. And we're back for our final segment of the deep dive.
It is.
We've covered so much already.
We have.
But there are a few more interesting things I wanted to mention.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, did you know that Intel is still looking for a new CEO?
They are?
Yeah.
I wonder who it'll be.
And they just added 2 chip industry veterans to their board.
Wow. Big moves.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where Intel goes from here.
They're facing a lot of competition.
Yeah, especially from AMD and ARM.
Right.
And speaking of competition,
Yeah.
it looks like OnePlus is about to release their Watch 3.
I saw some stuff about that online.
The design looks pretty nice.
Yeah, it
But
does.
some people are saying it doesn't really fix the problems from the last version,
Oh, like what?
like the battery life and software issues.
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
We'll have to wait and see what it's really like when it comes out.
Yeah, sometimes those new releases aren't as good as we hope.
It's true.
And for anyone waiting for an OLED MacBook or iPad Air,
Yeah.
it looks like we'll have to wait a bit longer.
Patience is a virtue.
It is.
But in the meantime,
Yeah,
we still have all this other amazing tech news to talk about.
we do.
So much has happened just this week.
It's crazy.
It really is.
And it shows how important it is to stay on top of things,
Totally.
to keep learning about all this new tech.
So what stood out to you the most from this week's news?
That's a good question.
I think for me, it's the AI stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It does.
From OpenAI to Google.
They're really changing the game.
But it does make you think about the ethical side of things.
It does.
Like, how do we make sure AI is used for good?
Right.
It's exciting and scary at the same time.
It is.
But that's why we do this show.
To help people understand what's happening in the world of tech.
Exactly.
It's a complex world, but it's also fascinating.
It really is. So that's it for this week's Deep Dive.
Thanks for joining us.
Make sure to subscribe and like this video.
And tell us in the comments what surprised you the most this week.
We love hearing from you.
And a big thank you to our sponsor,
Tech Views 10X.
We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the world of tech.